It is HEMI Day. That is right, 4/26/2021. Not only is it HEMI Day, it's also Mopar Monday, so double whammy, super awesome day. My thoughts are get home from work and enjoy myself a little more. Plus it helps when tools come in that I needed to do a job, so we're going to expedite this. Spoiler alert, I think I'm going to be a jerk. I think we're going to do a haul and then we're going to do like a dedicated focus on something. Because when I was trying to find information on these, or just to look at them, I was unable to find anything. So what we're going to do, this is from Tekton. I'm not sure the number, probably depends how I would have structured them, but we're just going to jump right in it. And what I'm going to do is start here. How about this? So this is 1/3 Tekton. All right, this is a Gedore wrench holder that's like stupid cheap from KC Tool. You can see it in a KC Tool Haul. This is a Stahlwille angled wrench, right? It's sort of like an electro one, sort of like your little tiny, you know, speed nuts you have on like fuse boxes and stuff back in the day. Can I use it for that? Yes. Was I also getting it to use on bolts that I can't access just in hopes of breaking them free so I can spin them? Yeah, not gonna lie. And not being a total idiot, I thought, you know, that's pretty thin. There's a good chance this goes haywire. So that's where this came in. This is something that we brought in probably in our most recent Tekton Tool Haul. Chrome, I'm not used to it. I do the matte chrome. I like the German finish, right? But pure Americana here. This is made in America. It's laser mill cut. I think I covered it pretty well in the last video. But this is an angle head wrench from Tekton. What I love about theirs, even this little specialty wrench here, you know, you've got like a straight and then you've got your offset. Typically with an angle head wrench, you know, you've got this side straight and then this side offset. These that they do are a 30-60. In my opinion, if you're buying an angle-headed wrench, it's because your regular wrench either A, doesn't fit at all, or B, this would be a better fit. Subsequently, because anyone buying this most likely has a set of basic sets, several sets, extended length wrenches, ratcheting wrenches, flex, whatever, you know, people typically don't acquire these right off the bat. It makes perfect sense to me not to have this be a boxed in, not to do anything crazy with it, but kick it off at another angle, right? You know, you kind of get like a 2-for-1 here. So this was 9/16. Again, that was for the back of the block, the transmission on the truck. It's sort of like no man's land, complete pain in the butt type of a, you know, like accessibility point. That thing came in super handy. Subsequently, what I've done here, I've sort of followed suit, and each one of these was going to run 14 bucks. Again, angle head wrenches, they're super cool. Obviously, the Tekton ones I'm a big fan of because, again, the aforementioned reasons, we've got 30 and 60 degree offsets. But what I did is I picked up what I think is going to be my two most common uses. Now, the 1/2 inch, I'm not going to lie, it's got a direct need, it's got a direct purpose. I've got headers to install. And the factory, you know, exhaust manifolds on the Magnums, you know, you had studs coming through in a lot of places. You spin a nut on it. Well, that's not the case with the headers. I like the look, you know, of like the stainless bolt and everything. So I've elected to give this a go. I've got another product we're going to take a look at towards the end of the video that will be our standalone that also ties in with that. But that's what the 1/2 inch is for. That's exactly what I bought it for. And again, this is a beautiful setup because if I were to go in and say even Snap-on, you know, they just have straight and then the 30 degree. With a 30-60, I'm getting 2-for-1, and it's a great value. If you consider it at 14 bucks, it's $7 per side that way. That's a pretty good deal because, again, made in America. These are laser cut on a mill. So very, very cool. Their chrome is actually pretty nice. The 9/16, it's not seen a ton of use, but it's seen a lot of use where it was up against a firewall and transmission in the back of a block, and it got dropped a lot. So it has held up quite nicely. And again, a lot of you do tend to prefer the traditional, you know, heavy chrome. But for me, just the matte, I like it aesthetically. It's more pleasing to my eye, and similarly, I like the grip that I can attain on it better. So that's what the 1/2 inch is for. 7/16. Why in the world would I buy that? What is hiding that 7/16 that we would have issues with? Do we have any 1/4-20 stuff on the truck that I just can't get to and I need a 7/16 angle head wrench for? No, but the reason I bought this is I think it's going to make dealing with battery terminals a lot easier. So there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Would I like to have a complete set of these? Absolutely. Right now I'm kind of trying to ball on a budget, if you will. And subsequently, this was a make my life much easier. This hopefully makes my life easier. And since I was ordering and it's $14, seems like a good call. The sets, I will tell you right now, you know, if you've got the money or you think you have the need, or if you need like 5 or 6 wrenches out of the set that would be super useful to you, purchase the set because you save money in the long run as opposed to piecing one together like I'm slowly apparently doing. But in all intents and purposes, you know, like I sit and I think, okay, well, quarter, 5/16, you know, the weird 11/32 stuff, all these random sizes, I sit there in my head and I think, when would I use that? And if I can't come up with a need or a theoretical situation, I do the things like this. I just piece it together. So fantastic wrenches. Again, this one will go right into use, and this one, as soon as I have to pull a battery again, whether it's a lawnmower, whether it's the truck, whether it's tightening one down, taking one out, whatever, I'm going to make a point to use this guy. So hopefully it serves me well. But like I said, if you need multiple sizes, compare the price of a set, because you very well could save a lot of money. Similarly with the set, for just, you know, fractions more, like $5 adder, you get like a really nice wrench rack. If you don't like that, you can get wrench rolls, whatever you want to do. But for me, that's where this came in, actually, and this is what I want to check with you. So again, this was like $2 or something on KC Tools. So we'll go ahead and we will find the smallest slot that the 9/16 will seat in. And this gives you a real optimistic feel. So this would be best case scenario for me. The 1/2 inch does not fit there, so we're going to back up. Let's go 2, so we can maybe space them. There's our 1/2. Does 7/16 slide? No. So we got to go back. Let's do 2 again. Let's just put it at the very end because we know that'll work. So basically, going this route and dividing these, I've got a nice rack for these. It's going to keep them upright in the toolbox. And again, I know that I've got 7/16, 1/2, and 9/16, so I'm pretty well covered. Now the smallest slot, that does fit nicely there. So let's see, let's think about this. Keeping these tight like this, we could do some damage here. We could get quite a few bigger. I mean, you get an idea. For $2, this is a viable option for you, so keep that in mind. The little Stahlwille guy, it'll pretty much fit anywhere. Let's not kid ourselves. So that said, that is the angle head wrench portion of the video. Again, can't stress it enough, those are 100% made in America. It's not Taiwan, it's not China, it's nothing fishy, it's manufactured in America. So very good for Tekton there. Now what we're going to do is go to something that is from Taiwan and was also, for the convenience of me remembering things, $14. It is right here. And that's right, it is a pair of locking pliers. So if you recall, quite some time ago, I brought in a crud ton because curiosity. Again, that gets to me, and also I needed good locking pliers. The Gedore, I'm a super fan of. I've had a lot of experience with them. The release mechanism, everything about those is immaculate perfection, in my opinion. I was trying to see if I could find anything that could compete, anything that could come close. You know, anything that's like a, you know, 75% of the tool for, you know, like a fraction of the price type of a thing. And we brought in a lot of stuff. The reason you've not seen a follow-up to that video is actually because Knipex reached out and they actually sent me some more for testing. I have been testing them. I've been testing the others. I will have some videos at some point in time, probably in the distant future. But rest assured, it is taking place. But my thoughts were, hey, I kind of need another pair of straights. I'm not going to lie, what would be ideal for me is like the D swivel pad stuff, but then I can't really test and compare it across, you know, locking grip, you know, locking pliers. Also, the 19th Malco, they've released the Eagle grips. You can order those online now. And that said, I went with a 9-inch here, get something a little bit longer. A perk of Tekton that I was unaware of, they have sort of like your spin hole, so you've got a nice knurling on it. It's unfortunate the hole is that large. I mean, it's good reason, but I kind of personally prefer a little bit more knurl and maybe a little bit less of a hole for maximum. Where did that thing go? That's where I had it. Here it is, on the fender of the duster. Right here, VHA T-handle. This is 7/32. Don't use it often, but it is about as max as you can go here. And you know, you can come in, you can see I can easily articulate that, whereas before by hand, it's stupid tight. So the way these work, it's nothing crazy, nothing different. It's classic concept. You got to lift up. They are quite tight there, so it's not a fair judgment. The teeth actually on initial impression seem good. There's a little play, it's nothing crazy. I mean, we brought some cheap ones in that have a lot of play there. But the bottom line, what I basically do with stuff like this, it's fabrication related, so it's nothing critical. But it's basically if I need to hold pieces of angle iron together, if I need to pinch a seam together, you know, for like spot welding a floor panel in or something like that, these come in really handy, especially like on the downturns where you have like your trunk extensions going to the trunk floor. I just come in with these, squeeze down, and go to town. So also, if I'm trying to do like a really good job, I'll come in, you know, and I'll shoot screws through to hold it in place better. But before I shoot the screws, I use something like this to actually keep it in place. Oftentimes I leave it, space it. That's why you kind of see me assembling an arsenal of locking pliers. It'll just make my life a little bit easier. If I don't want to shoot the screws through and then have to go spot weld it, I don't have to. So at $14, it's not the biggest bang for your buck, but I feel like it's initial bench impression. It's not terrible, and I think it'll serve us fairly well. So keep in mind, a lot of my locking pliers you don't see, they're like really old Harbor Freight stuff, you know. So and then I do have quite a few like original vice grips, you know, American made ones. But we've got the Tekton name sort of etched in there. These are a little slick. Again, that's something I'm not a huge fan of. The true, you know, like Germany, Austria ones, they have a bit more bite, which I prefer. But also, again, I could go on and on about how I don't like this style of release. But hey, it is what it is, and we will make do. And again, for what I'm doing, these will actually work just fine. So, the next thing I did, I guess we need to cover this because it's important that you know about things like this, because I didn't. Number one, their bungee cords are gone. I loved those. I use them all the time. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if they like bought them once, you know, and like we're, oh geez, we regret this, let's liquidate them. If they still had them, I would have bought like about the same amount or a little bit more than I did last time. I use them for all kinds of crud. I use them to hold the legs up on engine stands. I use them to keep bikes against the wall. I use them to hold a trash can when it's windy like it is today. Just all the time. Now, unfortunately, they're gone. You can sometimes get like conversion charts for free, magnets or stickers, your preference if you spend over a certain dollar amount. This right here, this is free. I didn't buy any socket, okay? Like a traditional socket was not purchased. I didn't buy any socket holders. You can see we've got the metric stuff here. You got 2, 2.5, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. No skips. 2 to 22, a couple of half sizes there. You got torque stuff, you got all kinds of crud, and what this is, you can put it, doesn't have to be on a Tekton holder, it can be really on any holder, and this is free with any purchase. So again, you kind of feel sleazy, you know, like I didn't buy sockets, I didn't buy anything on this particular order where this would be applicable immediately, but my thoughts are like, hey, it's free, let's do it. So I did. And you should too. Also with Tekton, and again, I make nothing telling you this, there's nothing affiliated, I get zero kickback. When you buy from Tekton, yes, they're available on Amazon, you can probably find them other places, Home Depot, for example. If you buy from Tekton though, the price usually isn't drastically different, sometimes it's cheaper. They also tend to have it in stock versus some other online retailers. And if it's back ordered, they'll have it first because it's going to obviously come in through them. But the big perk is every time you buy from Tekton, you get 10% back, right? So if you spend $100, you get like $10 in rewards type of a deal, and you can then use that on your next purchase. So if you come in and you buy the whole set of angle head wrenches, and it's 2 months down the line, and you're like, man, these impacts are getting worn out, you know, I've just been too rough with them, they've served me well for 2 decades, I need something new. Go in and buy your impact sockets from Tekton and you have money in the bank, basically. You've sort of got like a down payment on the sockets, if you will, or a discounted price, however you want to look at it. But again, important that you understand these things so you can take advantage of them. Speaking of that, boom, this is not free, but I think if you spend $1.50 it is. And let's be honest, if you're on their website, you're probably going to spend more than $1.50. So the product catalog, that's all this is. I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping, based on the front cover here, sort of like with the dimensions and scale and everything, I was really hoping it had the same detail as their website. Another thing about Tekton's website, it's very detailed, it's very thorough. You can tell that they're like proud of it, the design, the engineering, the thought they put into the products. I was hoping to see that conveyed here, and it's not the case. The catch is it does give you an idea of what they've got and what it's currently priced at. Keep in mind things are crazy right now, so that could fluctuate. But you get the idea. If you were shopping, you know, for a new impact set, or you wanted it for a mobile, you know, like taking around in your truck type of a deal, you can see what they've got, you can see the price, all those things. Coming around to the back again, 10% back in rewards and free shipping. I think free shipping has a threshold, don't hold me to that. Let's see here. Where would be the angle head wrenches? I don't know what's going on with the phone here. It is what it is, I suppose. We'll get to it at some point in time. Right now, my focus is on you, my friends. So, this is it. This is the angle open head end wrench. If you were on their website, you would see something similar to this, but you would also have, you know, like their simulations where they show exactly, you know, a situation where this would be advantageous. But nonetheless, it's better than nothing, gives you an idea of what they've got, and we'll leave it at that. So again, if you're ordering anything, if you like Tekton, if you're bringing something in, maybe these angle head wrenches, and you want to see what else they've got, if you're old school, if you like it, if your super cool uncle likes it but he's not online, do the man a favor, get him the catalog. You know, maybe it'll get you something in return, you never know. So the final item I brought in, there's actually two. I'm not going to show you one until the other video, but it's right here. And again, I'm going to be a total jerk and save this for a standalone. Boom. What is it? Well, we're saving on packaging, that's for certain. But if I bring this up to the camera, this is a 9-piece 3/8 drive crowfoot wrench set, 5/16 to 3/4. There's your part number. Price $75. Again, I don't want to go into too much here because I feel like we would better serve you by making a dedicated video for that, because again, that's what I was looking for. I seriously, again, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm thrifty. Actually, I'm always thrifty. But a lot of the times, like with this, I bought one 9/16. I wanted to get a feel for it, see if I liked it. I did. I had a neater eyes. I'm comfortable going back and getting other sizes. With the crowfoot stuff, not gonna lie, it's not something I use that often. I see needs for it all the time, but it's things I don't have to take apart. Like when I'm driving around on the forklift, there's currently, you know, like a seal at the top of the right-hand mast, no left-hand, that's leaking. And it leaks like a sieve, and, you know, it just leaks hydraulic fluid everywhere, and it spreads. You know, it's just minuscule amounts, but it looks like it's a lake. And when you come and you look up on the other side of the grate, you know, and you've got like all these lines, and you're like, you can't get a wrench on that. That's where a crowfoot would come in handy. For me, it's like limited brake line stuff, you know, like in an automotive application. There's freak instances, you know, like if you do an aftermarket suspension type of a thing and you have an adjustment on your coilover and you can't get a socket on it unless you cut a hole in the floor, just weird stuff like that. But the reason I brought these in, and I'm just going to straight up tell you, I'll repeat this in the next video, while this 1/2-inch wrench, I really hope I can make it work for me with the header install, there's something I can't do with this, which is torque them down. There's a very real chance I'm just going to have to go by feel, you know, like 20 foot-pounds, you know. I'll get one that's torqued, I'll kind of put on it and see like, okay, that's about the scale with the old wrist, you know. But if at all possible, I like to do things to spec. I'm weird like that. So the way you do that is with a torque wrench and a crowfoot. And like I said, there's a very good chance that nothing is going to be gained with the purchase of these. But if I can do 1 or 2 bolts per side that I couldn't do without it, I'll be happy. It'll feel like I've justified the purchase, and then I have them for the future. Let's not kid ourselves. They have lots of different sets of these. I opted for a small one, but hey, we will take a look at them shortly, because again, when I was trying to see, because I very nearly came in, I was like, okay, I think I'm going to get the 1/2-inch for sure, and then I'll come in and maybe get like the 9/16, you know, so I have it because it might come in handy. And I was thinking of stopping there, and then it's like, well, you know what? Let me see if I can find anything on them, see if people have them. By this point in time, they could have had them. When did they come out? Like last summer, maybe? And I just couldn't really find anything. So here we are, and I'm going to make the standalone so you can find this and at least see an initial impression. Give me a weekend or two, and I will have used a couple sizes, you know, getting the motor back in the truck. So With that said, I've had myself a pretty good time here in the shop. I hope you have too. Again, their angle head wrenches, super cool. The other thing on these, I will tell you, just like the angle head wrenches, these are laser cut, 100% made in America. So if you want to see these, they will be in our next video. I've also got one more item. Spoiler alert, it may or may not tie in with these. I'm sure you can guess what it is, but hey, we will leave it at that. So with that said, this is our Tekton Tool Haul. Again, I kind of feel like a jerk for leaving the Crowfoot, you know, sort of on a cliffhanger for you. But hey, it is what it is. But again, more detail on those in a standalone video. Hopefully that helps everyone out. But with that said, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have yourself a fantastic weekend. LoneStarMopars.com is the website. You can follow along there. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you're on. You can find us at Lone Star Mopars. And again, we'll come in, we'll take a look at the Crowfoot. If you're antsy, I can make it the next video. Just leave me a comment that says, man, I really want to see that, you jerk. And, I will do my best to oblige. So, with that said, like I said, I hope you have a great weekend. I will catch you back here for more action from the shop.